there is still no word on a cure for the virus, government officials report the virus is not airborne, but can be transferred through contact with blood and other bodily fluids. The virus seems to be making people uncontrollably violent, and also somehow seems to be reanimating the dead. When asked, a White House spokesman declined to comment on whether or not this was a terrorist attack. Due to the violent nature of the ones infected, the virus is spreading rapidly. Government officials are reporting that there is no known cure for the virus, and is urging citizens to stay in their homes and avoid contact. Citizens are also urged to lock and barricade all doors, windows, and any other point of entry. Riots nationwide are prompting local governments to declare martial law. The president is asking that citizens find safety and remain calm. Authorities are working on a plan to contain the outbreak.
Hey, this is Manny Moonraker. This is episode number 12 of the UFO Buster Radio. I just messed that up. I'm a little too excited. Of the Dark Horde podcast. It is on the UFO Buster Radio network, and I've got a special guest today. Some of you don't know her as Mrs. Moonraker, but you can call her Daya for this episode. Say hello, babe.
Hello.
So listen, I figured this episode we're going to make a little special because my wife likes looking into ghost stories in Texas. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I figure why not let her work her magic on one episode. Actually, she was supposed to be on the Dark Horde a long time ago, but it's a little late though. But 12 in is not too bad, right?
Better late than never.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got one story out of South Texas, and this story really is it's wild as hell. This is one of those things where it really reminds me of my road trips in Texas when we come across these little towns. It's going to be funky for you guys. As a matter of fact, if you guys have been to Texas and you've driven around Texas, you probably drove through this town. Anywhere between San Antonio and, isn't it South Texas somewhere?
Yeah, South Texas.
Yeah, if you've ridden that road, that ride, as they say, you probably drove through this little town, guaranteed, but you didn't even know it. You were in the midst of some scary shit. Oh yeah, by the way, we do curse on here, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, get ready for that one. The other thing is, we have some news stories. These are little short deals that we're going to talk about. Not directly related to the paranormal, but funny as hell. I guarantee you're going to love it. In the live chat right now, if you're on Spreaker.com or you downloaded the app, you can speak to us live. Well, not speak, you can chat. You can chat to us live while the show is going on. I think I'm yelling, but I'm kind of excited. I'm yelling. So we got Green Man and Guter. They're both on right now live with us. What's up, guys? Welcome aboard. And, any last words before you come into this episode?
No, excited.
There you go. Famous last words. Totally. So we're going to get into this. We're going to play one track to get this ball started. And then we'll come back and we're going to talk about that stinky little Texas town that has some horrific stuff, historically, I guess.
I went by your house, what a big mistake. But for a while I thought that I wouldn't break. I need something else to clear my head. Someone to tell me how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to say. Take control of your own life. open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Nothing in life is good. Tired and misunderstood. I would fight if I could. If I believed I should. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to say. Take control of your own life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to say. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life.
That was a cool little song we just played. But anyway, let's get into the story, because I was torturing my wife all day today because I needed to get the story down because it's crazy. And well, she did some research, right? For almost 2 days now. But the this story is kind of funky. It is crazy, and so I'm just gonna let her introduce it because it's something else.
All right, guys. So we're going to talk about the ghosts of Yorktown Memorial Hospital. It is actually really cool. They have violent nuns. They have blood-spattered walls. So the caretakers have actually tried to repaint the walls, and the blood keeps reappearing. So it's one of the most haunted hospitals in the United States. So this is a small town in Texas, and it's home to some back roads and old-timey buildings. But basically, this hospital was built in 1950 by some nuns, and it actually looks really old. So what happened was it was opened right after construction, and some nuns actually opened it around 1986, and they were basically taking care of people, from there. And then they actually went out of business when a hospital opened down the road. So during its 6-year span, under the care of the nuns, the hospital was said to have lost over 500 patients. So an overwhelming number of fatalities for such a small building in a small amount of time.
And you wouldn't even think that would happen. Freaking nuns opened the damn place, and in 6 years, they lost 500 people. It's like they were like a mini coronavirus. What the hell is going on? That's just freaking ridiculous. Who the hell does that? And it's nuns. Like when we went down to Galveston, remember the story about the nuns that had the boys school or whatever?
Yeah, the orphanage.
The orphanage, yep. Yeah, holy shit. They killed all them kids. No, the storm did, but they did something stupid. They tied them all together by a cord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, fucking nuns. I mean nuns. God bless their hearts. Sorry, continue.
So after it shut down in the 80s, so it opened again for only 2 years, and it was a drug rehabilitation center, and it only stayed open for 2 years, and everyone's saying it's because of all the bad energy they had there, and basically all the spirits were tormenting the people there, and then basically it just got empty. It was empty. They didn't use it anymore, but the total amount of deaths there were around 2,000. So really, they're saying that that's the testament to the amount of paranormal activity that actually happens there.
And what's funny too, the other thing was, what was that writer? I don't remember. I've got the beverages right now. What was that writer that said that like for every one person?
Yes, there's 6 dead people.
For every one person, 6 dead people. So listen, the town that it's in is it's Yorktown, Yorktown, Texas, and it's one of those little towns that if you're driving from San Antonio or Dallas or somewhere up north, you're going to drive through one of these, that little town, not shitty town, and you're not even going to know that freaking hospital is there. The one thing about Texas, for those of you who have not been through Texas, and it was one of the most disappointing things for me, actually, because you can get up there, and, there's some stretches where you can hit 75 miles an hour, and now they have, 80 miles at some of these toll roads. But, for the love of Pete, you will get up there, you will enjoy the scenery. It's beautiful at times, especially early in the morning when that fog is rolling in, and there's like fog all over the roosters and shit. But you will have to stop and go down to like 30 fucking miles an hour like 10 fucking times because you're going through these little shitty ass little towns, and one of them is haunted as hell. And actually, we had that conversation. We were going to the casino. Those of you familiar with Texas, Eagle Pass, right? Eagle Pass out that way. And just out of the blue, we were looking at each other like, I wonder how many people, murderers, serial murderers, killers, are in these little areas because no one's around. It's just a road to go straight through. They got plenty of property. Texas Chainsaw every day, every week. I'm sure it's going down in these little towns. Sorry if you live in one of them, but you need to watch out. It is crazy, though, that this hotel, which, by the way, if you look at the picture for this particular episode, that's the picture of the hotel. It's so dark and dreary, and it's just ugly. The Yorktown Memorial Hospital is the hotel we're talking about. So if you're in Yorktown, check it out. I myself, I start out brave, don't I? I start out brave, but then as the time gets closer, you feel like the butterflies, the shit's moving around in your stomach, and you're like, fuck, what am I doing here?
Wait, hold on. When we went to Galveston, we went to go tour something, and my loving husband and the person who was touring shoved me out into a dark, empty building by myself, and I'm the biggest chicken, so yeah.
All right, so here's a funny thing. So I did that story about Galveston, and how freaking haunted it is because of all the stuff that went down because of that storm in 1900 hurricane. And so we went into a building. We had a tour. Went in a building, and the lady's like, she's gung-ho, right? She is just so freaking nice, telling us about all this death and pirates killing people, but she was so happy about it. I mean, you couldn't help but to just love the story. And then she takes us into this building, historical building, blah, 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 blah. Let's go upstairs. We're like, what the fuck? It was late. It was late at night.
Yeah.
It was it Sunday?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a Sunday, yeah. Hardly nobody was there. We're thinking, why the fuck is she taking us into this building? She takes us up to the top floor. No fucking lights are on. So the door's open. This is like a freaking old metal elevator. It's all glass all around. So you're going from the light on the first floor all the way up into the darkness. And I'm looking around like, what? I'm thinking, oh, she's got a bunch of homies up there. She's going to kill us. It's over fucking tour. And so the doors creak open. And then we all look at each other. And of course, you're in front. So, naturally, we're like, all right, go.
Yeah, they basically pushed me out the door.
That was scary as shit, to be honest. That was probably the scariest part of the whole thing. I was safe in the elevator.
Do you remember there was a glass door right in front of me? So when I walked out, I thought there was someone in front. And when I tell you, I jumped about 12 feet high. And I was praying to Jesus. It was scary.
I mean, hey, that's the way it goes. It really was a good tour, though. I like her enthusiasm for death, so it was good. Now, with this particular Yorktown situation, if you're in the area, check it out. I don't even think you can go into it, because usually when these places are closed, they're barricaded off.
Well, actually, and hopefully when the corona and everything calms down, I do want to take a tour. They do have tours, because they're saying that the people that have toured it, that the nuns are actually very angry. And so they've actually said
they killed 500 people, of course they're angry.
Well, the visitors have been choked, scratched. They've been rushed at by the nuns. They've actually caught pictures of someone in their habit. And then there was like a double homicide there, and that's where the blood splatter was. And then the caretaker has actually tried repainting the walls a couple of times, but it keeps coming through. And they actually got it forensically tested, and they said it was human blood. And the thing that actually really makes me really want to go is the TV's Ghost Adventure actually went out, and they caught on EVP, they caught someone saying really clear, you want to play? It must be told, and I'll tell them you did it. It's sick. Don't go in the bathroom. Okay, get in there. The killer's coming. Get to the hallway. They actually recorded that on EVPs. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. You see, again, what is up with these nuns? Why are they so evil? It's like the total polar opposite. These fucking evil penguins. I don't understand what the hell is going on. But there was something else about tattoos, right?
Oh, yes. That I guess back in the day, I guess tattoos weren't in that much. But if someone comes in with tattoos, the nuns target people with tattoos. They don't like tattoos.
Yeah, completely nuts. I don't know if I can go in there. I don't know. Like I said, I'm always brave talking about it, but shit, going into that place sounds like it's not a good thing to do. By the way, let me just give a quick shout out to the guys in the live chat right now. We got Dre's in there, and also AK Cog. Oh, Dave's in there as well. So welcome aboard, guys. We're talking about the Yorktown Memorial Hospital and evil nuns. It just boggles my mind that these nuns actually built this place and decided to haunt the shit after they killed all these damn people. And we don't know they killed them, right? But, it's kind of a coincidence. Why are they all dead after they get in there? Only 6 years. Could you imagine if you went to a hospital and you knew, and you were and it's a small town. We're not talking about Dallas, San Antonio. We're not talking about Los Angeles or some shit like that. We're talking about a small town. Who knows how many people? Maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people, but 10% of the people died in the damn hospital. That's just fucking crazy. I don't get that shit. But there was also a doctor that did some damage while he was there. This is freaking hilarious to me.
Yep, that's true. There was a doctor who actually, he went in to do something to help a patient with a thyroid problem, and he ended up slitting their throat. And they actually see the doctor in the hospital too.
I found that kind of funny because in my head, the patient had both thyroids jacked up, so he just forgot to lift the knife and went from left to right. And it's an accident. I mean, can you blame the guy? Can you blame the guy? And the thing is, they don't even need insurance, right? So back then, if you fuck up, you fuck up. You killed the patient. Next. This is what happened at this hotel, and this is why it's haunted, for the love of Pete. This is nuts. So you guys in Yorktown, if you have thyroid problems, I suggest you go way north to San Antonio or go all the way to Dallas, but stay out of the area. Don't get it done in your town. So that's a lot of crazy stuff to happen there, too. Completely nuts at all. The link is in the description. You guys want to check this out. And, hey, if you've been to this tour at the Yorktown Memorial Hospital, you got to let me know how it was. If you have tattoos and you got your ass beat, let me know, because that's crazy. That is a crazy-ass place. Let's check out this tune. It's called Cadaver.
Why don't you come my way?
So the next few articles are coming from me. And these are actual, God damn it. Anyway, these are actual 2 articles that were a part of the news in the last week or so. And by the way, the Yorktown Hospital, I guess I kept on saying hotel. It's a hospital for the love of Pete. But these nurses are not to be trusted, I guarantee you. Or the nuns. See what's happening? So we got 2 news articles that happened this week, which have to do with something with ghosts, right? Or aliens or demons or something paranormal, just fill in the time, if you know what I'm saying. The first one is crazy. Ghosts try to spook people off the streets during coronavirus in Indonesia. Now, when I saw this and I saw CNN reporting on it, I was like, damn, that's a damn good story. What the hell is going on in Indonesia? Are the people dying and just almost half resurrecting right there and then, trying to scare people off the streets? No, that's not what happened. It turns out that Indonesia has a big thing about ghosts. But there's a specific type of ghost. It is a pocong or pocong. I don't know. If you guys been in Indonesia, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It is a ghost that's known in the local folklore for haunting graveyards. Yeah, they don't play in Indonesia, not even the ghosts. So what happens is that basically this ghost is rumored to wear their burial shroud, and I guess they get kind of busy while they're in their tomb or buried on the ground because they have time to tie knots. They tie a knot at the top of the head and at the bottom of their feet. Then they go in to haunt the shit out of people. So someone in Indonesia decided that it would be a good idea to post up some pocongs in the streets and scare people to stay indoors. That is freaking crazy, don't you think?
That's awesome. I'm going to sign up for that.
That is bananas. But the thing is, what kind of I guess a society is it that you can dress up as a pocong and go out there and scare the shit out of people so badly? I mean, they're just sitting there. I saw a picture of them. They're just sitting there like 2 dorks and wrapped up in sheets. And I think their faces are painted a little white, but they don't look fucking scary at all. But I guess if you believe in the pocong, you're fucking scared shitless. So the weird thing is though that eventually these pocong guys, they people caught wind. I mean, it's still, even in Indonesia, it's still social times, right? Social media is still out there in some way or another. They might use carrier pigeons, I don't know. But in Indonesia, it became a kind of famous. It really started catching wind, and people actually were starting to come out the house. So then the neighbors were coming out trying to get pictures of the pocongs. So the damn thing backfired. So the ghosts were no longer scaring the people in. That is just bananas. Could you imagine if someone in, even in Texas, let's say Texas, South Cali, in New York, if somebody came out wearing a fucking pocong talking about get your ass back in the house, what do you think could go down?
I'm going to throw some holy water on him. I don't know what I'm going to do. Throw my dog at him. I'm doing something. I'm
thinking in Texas, they'll get some lead thrown at their ass. That's all I'm saying. They'll get their asses shot up, and they'll have 2 knots and a bunch of bullet holes in them. But, yeah, so that wouldn't work here. I don't know. What would work here? That just, I don't see anybody. We just don't have those kind of beliefs.
The tax collector, I don't know.
Maybe La Llorona. La Llorona come up.
Yeah, the Llorona.
Yeah, Llorona. The Chupacabra would scare the shit out of people. Bigfoot, not so much. Yeah, you wouldn't catch Bigfoot. I mean, fuck, he's the only one who's safe from the coronavirus, I think. But it's crazy how people in their beliefs in these kind of things, how a municipality or a town or a mayor can leverage that to try to scare people into stay in their houses. Like, I can't even think about what would scare me as a kid, mainly as a kid. What would scare me as a kid to stay in my home or not go outside? That would scare me. I would think, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, because, you know, ghosts and demons, they scare the shit out of me. Totally. But I just wonder, what would it be as a kid that would scare me? I really wasn't scared of too many things, except Amityville. Like, if you could post up a building that looked like Amityville, I would not fucking go outside ever. Not at all. What scared you when you were a kid?
My mom and her chancla.
Oh, the chanclas. Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm not going to say it too loud, but my mom was pretty mean with her slipper, that's for sure. She was pretty mean. She's downstairs right now, so hey, I'm not going to screw around and, give her any thoughts. And it's funny now because I've been telling her, because she keeps on walking around barefooted, and I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm glad, because that's the only weapon she'd have right now. And she sure as hell is not going to be able to catch me, that's for sure. So that's a story from Indonesia. And I think there was something else here. But apparently after everybody got their pictures or whatever, they decided to go back and still try it, because I guess it keeps the kids out of the streets if they see the pachang going around there. But Indonesia is not doing so bad when it comes to the COVID-19. But they have been setting up roadblocks and things like that, using the pachang to make sure people stay inside. So it's crazy. Those beliefs, they're powerful things, beliefs in spirits and things like that. They're just so strong that you can leverage them in this manner. It's absolutely bananas. One more track, last one, and then we'll see what happens after that one. Oops, technical difficulties.
It isn't hard to tell what you were thinking, babe. Your thoughts